Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
All right, y'all. Let's get into this question of the day. Y'all ready? Talk to me, chat. 333 if y'all ready for this question of the day. That was a good reaction. But the question of the day, man. Here we go. I haven't even seen this one, so this one gonna be an original. I'm gonna have to clip this up, man. We're gonna have to clip this up. See if we could take it there. But question of the day. He or she can't be a good friend to you because they would smash. Got a 333 right there. J-Rock 333. Again, question of the day. He or she can't be a good friend to you because they would smash. So this question comes from, the cliche of, men and women can't be friends because the man would smash. So they can't be friends, or the cliche, that's not your real friend if they would smash. Well, that's why it's in quotations in the question, right? Would smash. Let's break that down. Would smash. So if I'm the one of the few men left in an apocalyptic affair, right? And it's not reaching. I'm gonna bring it full circle. And you drop off a random woman out of 100% of the population that I'm gonna be stuck left on earth with. Me and just a random woman out of the 100% of the population, y'all pluck a random woman that I'm gonna be stuck on earth with in an apocalyptic affair. There is a 80-something% chance that in that setting, I'm gonna find her attractive. Like we really get attraction twisted sometimes because all day we walk around like it's Baskin Robbins, right? We have this abundance of options. Everybody, you can call a 6 because of the internet. You're allowed to know that Rihanna is somewhere, or you can call a woman a 5 because of the internet. That Shinshia is somewhere, right? Like these extraordinarily gorgeous women or whatever the case may be. But my scale ain't really that crazy. So when you say like, oh, like men and women can't be friends, because that's why the question is they can't be a good friend to you. So what I'm saying is, let's say you meet a female that you like. Follow me, y'all. And she tells you she has a close guy friend. You like, okay. For some men, that's a straight up red flag, no second date. It's over with. They don't do the guy friends. You got to get him out of here, right? Some men, they going just like that, right? But let's say you one of the men that's not, rigid in that way, right? Let's say you meet the guy friend. You say, oh, okay. You see the guy friend, you see her, you like, okay. You ask, did y'all ever do anything? She like, nah. As a man, do you think that if him and her was in a certain circumstance, that dude would smash? 99% of the time, we gonna say yeah. Do that mean that dude is not her real friend? Does it? Does it mean that before you showed up and became her guy, this nigga wouldn't come change her tire? Or before you showed up, but because he would smash, he can't be a good friend? Let's reverse it. You as a guy, you got a close female friend. You start talking to a chick, and the chick is like, your female friend is pretty. That's her way of saying I feel threatened, right? Do you think they can't be good friends to each other? Because if the circumstances lined up, that's why I took it to the apocalyptic thing, right? If the right set of circumstance lined up, they would smash. Do you think they're incapable of being good friends to each other? Question of the day, y'all. Talk to me, chat. Talk to me. I'm just posing a question. I haven't even given my answer to this. I'm just posing the question right now. Talk to me, chat. Because I'll be real. Like, I've had plenty of female friends in my life. Do I think the right time, circumstance, and situation that they would smash me? You know, they would go ahead and, you feel me, see what's to it? Well, yeah, for some, it would take much less circumstance, much less of a situation. For others, it would have to be one of those 1% type deals. But do I think most of the females that been close to me for an extended period of time, like if it all shaped out a certain way or whatever the circumstance, they would potentially? Do that mean they not my friends? Just because I'm handsome, that mean that I can't have female friends? Just because a woman is gorgeous, that means she can't have guy friends? Let's hash it out, chat. Y'all tell me. I think what's less important, because if you like like me, I like attractive women. So any guy, any grown man that's around, well, not any, but a majority of grown men that's around a woman that I would be dealing with would smash. Are they trying to smash? Maybe not. Do they want to smash? Maybe not. But if she was like, hey, what you doing later? Like, would they? Probably. What are we talking about? So what I'm saying is, I guess my take on this question is like, if we going off that, men and women are completely incapable of being good friends to each other. If this question, he or she can't be a good friend to you because they would smash. If the answer to that is no, they can't be a good friend to you because they would hit. If the answer to that is no, then men and women aren't capable of being friends at all. Talk to me, chat. J-Rock say, we still stand our ground on man friends are all right. I'm not sure what this typo is. Okay, anybody could get in a relationship with someone they don't love. It happens every day. Elaborate on that though. Let me read this again because that threw me off real quick. You said we still stand our ground on man friends are all right. Anybody could get in a relationship with somebody they don't love. It happens every day. I mean, if they friends though, they probably love each other. It's just not romantic, right? If they friends. It's supposed to be platonic love. But I don't know. I don't find that to be a thing. Like if a female got like a guy friend, a guy acquaintance, a guy associate or whatever, and I meet the dude and I get he would smash my girl if she let him vibes. I mean, put him in line with the rest of the population that would find her to be generally attractive. I mean, it's going to be up to her to have proper conduct at the end of the day. That's really the conversation. would your joint let them? These strawberries are amazing, chat. 333 for these strawberries in the chat. Oh my God. Yeah, chat, it's that type of Saturday. We here. We got the chat Q&A coming up too. I'm trying to see if we get a little bit more feedback on this one. What y'all think? He or she can't be a good friend to you because they would smash. True or false? True or false? Mm-hmm. That's what this should have been. It should have been a true or false question. For real, for real. I don't know though. I think that people that worry about stuff like that, because if you got a woman, it's gonna be men present everywhere she go. And like I said, if you like fine shit, then a lot of people gonna find her to be just as attractive as you do. So it's one of them things where it's more so about the conduct of the person than whether or not you need to feel threatened or be worried about the homie and shit like that. For real, for real. But yeah. What'd you say? Oh, I thought a chat came in. My scroll bar went up. But yeah, let's move into the chat Q&A, man. Let's move into the chat Q&A. Let me see what's good with it. Let me pull up the question from the Q&A. This was sent to me. Should more people be going back to that old thing? Should more people be going back to that old thing? I don't know how I want to answer this yet, chat. I'm not sure how I want to answer this yet. Because who we talking about? Who we talking about? I think a woman who got a check. Let's break down some different circumstances. Let's do it like that. Let's break down some different circumstances. Hold on, what you say? He said the love can happen at any time. It always is happenstance with situation, provided that your friendship is based on a lie or a situationship. Shit, I'll revert back real quick with you. When you say it's based on a lie, what that mean? So like, if you was tight with a female and then one day she tried to bust you down, you would feel like she was never your friend? Yes or no? I'm gonna give you time to answer that. Based on what you said. You said the love can happen at any time. It always is happenstance with situation, provided that your friendship is based on a lie or a situationship. So if you was tight friends with a female and then one day she tried to bust you down, would you feel like y'all whole friendship was a lie? Would you feel like that? And then we'll move into the chat Q&A. I'm gonna give you a chance to respond to that. For sure. We're gonna give you a chance to respond to that. And then I'm gonna tell you what I think. Matter of fact, while you typing, I'll tell you what I think. Because I don't want y'all to just sit here listening to me chew on these scrumptious strawberries. I feel like you can't really assume that. Because that's kind of far-fetched for somebody to go that far for some coochie. Like, it ain't even no coochie that valuable to put in that level of effort. Like, I hear people on podcasts spreading that narrative all the time. They say, like, people will play the long game. They'll play the long game to try to get some box, like the dude to play friend or the female to play friend, and then try to, like, slick their way in and, like, they wait years and all this other shit. Who doing all that? Just for those particular cheeks, you're going to play the long game for years? That's too long of a marination. That's crazy. I think at that point, motherfuckers giving themselves too much credit. I ain't going to lie to you. But yeah, let's move into the chat Q&A, man. Chat Q&A, what they say? Should more people go back to that old thing? Let's talk about it. Should more people go back to that old thing? I feel like, wait, hold on. We just responded. A female can try, but if she only wants you when she's in between time, then it's an obvious lie. I've been a pet rack for a female for years until she moved. What is a pet? You said a pet rock? What is a pet rock? You've been a pet rock for a female for years? Hold on, chat. He said a female could try, but if she only wants you when she's in between time, then it's an obvious lie. I've been a pet rock for a female for years until she moved. What the fuck is a pet rock? Females treating dudes like pet rocks? That's a new low. I ain't never heard of that shit before.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and that heart.